Two things we will get to as this hour concludes. We will get to the readout of President Trump's call with President Putin. First, the top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee and the longest-serving member of the House reportedly used taxpayer dollars to settle a complaint with a former staffer who says that she got fired because she did not, and I quote, succumb to his sexual advances, unquote. John Conyers is 88 years old, a congressman, and he is denying the accusations. He says his office resolved the case to avoid a court battle. According to the reporting of BuzzFeed News, Congressman John Conyers' office paid more than $27,000 to settle the complaint and had the woman sign an agreement of confidentiality. The website also published statements from other former staff members who said that they saw the congressman touch women staffers inappropriately, including rubbing their legs and backs. They also say Congressman Conyers would ask for sexual favors. One former staffer says it was part of her job, quoting now, to keep a list of women that I assumed he was having affairs with and call them at his request, and if necessary, have them flown in using congressional resources. Congressional resources, meaning taxpayer money. BuzzFeed reports it got the documents from a right-wing activist, but the website reports 4 different people involved in this case, including the accuser, confirmed their authenticity. Earlier today, John Conyers told the Associated Press he did not know about the settlement. Then, a couple of hours ago, his spokesperson said the congressman thought the AP reporter was talking about recent allegations of which he was unaware and denied. The congressman also released a statement. It reads in part, "In this case, I expressly and vehemently denied the allegations made against me and continue to do so." He goes on, "My office resolved the allegations with an express denial of liability in order to save all involved from the rigors of protracted litigation. That should not be lost in the narrative." He goes on, "The resolution was not for millions of dollars, but rather for an amount that equated to a reasonable severance payment." And that's the end of the statement. The congressman also says he will fully cooperate with the investigation. Peter Ducey with the rest of this story in D.C. What are you learning from other lawmakers?
Shep, they're surprised but not sympathetic about this. Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi says she didn't know about these allegations against Conyers until last night, but she just put out a statement that says, "As members of Congress, we each have a responsibility to uphold the integrity of the House of Representatives and to ensure a climate of dignity and respect with zero tolerance for harassment, discrimination, bullying, or abuse. As I have said before, any credible allegation of sexual harassment must be investigated by the Ethics Committee." Another Democratic member, Gerald Nadler, second highest ranking Democrat on the Judiciary Committee, now says this: "The allegations against ranking member Conyers are extremely serious and deeply troubling. Obviously, these allegations must be investigated properly by the Ethics Committee. There can be no tolerance for behavior that subjects women to the kind of conduct alleged." A rep for the former House Speaker John Boehner said Speaker Boehner was unaware about this until receiving BuzzFeed's inquiry, and the current Speaker Paul Ryan says that this report is extremely troubling. People who work in the House deserve and are entitled to a workplace without harassment or discrimination. Now, will we hear Conyers talk more about this in public? He says no, because he says he's not allowed to. Part of the Conyers statement continued to say there are statutory requirements of confidentiality that apply to both the employee and me regarding this matter. To the extent the House determines to look further at these issues, I will fully cooperate with an investigation. I also just spoke to Republican Congresswoman Barbara Comstock. She says she's working to freeze future taxpayer payments for sexual harassment settlements. Shep?
Peter Ducey, live in Washington. Thank you, Peter. President Trump on the phone with the Russian President Vladimir Putin for more than an hour, according to the White House. And it comes after the Russian leader met with the murderous Syrian dictator. What else the White House has to say about President Trump's call with President Putin, that's next.